Welcome back, rock fans, to another rock slabbing video. This time we're going to take this rock that my wife Kendra found and get some slabs off of it. She got this out there in West Texas near the town of Alpine. We were rock hounding, finding lots of cool agates. This one appears to be maybe a mossy agate. I think that's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing color. I like that. I can see some color there. Maybe a little host rock here? Yeah, you can sort of see a scab right there of what I call host rock. So what will this one look like on the inside? Will it just be a colorful mossy agate? Or, look at there, it looks like there could be something right there. See that? Maybe some banding. That's cool. One never knows until one slabs these. That's what we're gonna do next. Let me go ahead and get this on the saw. I'll make a few slabs, and then I'll bring them back in here and I'll show you what they look like. And just like that, Kendra's colorful West Texas agate has been slabbed. How did she do? Did she pick a good one here? Let's take a closer look at this little end cap here. What do we see? Ooh. Well, if you look closely, oh, look at that. Sure, you can see that this is a very fine mossy agate. Let's see what the cut surface looks like. Wow. If you're like me and love the details, this rock has it all. That is just beautiful. The colors and the pattern, wow. Let's see the first full slab. My, oh my, that is pretty stuff. And those colors, the greens and the reds. I see maybe light blue in there. Gosh, different shades of sort of a greenish color. Very, very beautiful. Look at the red, little red splashes in there. Can you imagine a cabochon from this? Let's see, it's got some fine fractures there, but yeah, we have to watch out for those. But otherwise, what a beautiful specimen. Let's see the next slab. Take two, let's see this next slab here. Sorry about that. Gravity can be so cruel. Wow, that red. What a beautiful rock. I like to imagine how these things formed over the millions of years. What process has to happen for shapes and designs like that to be created? Little pools of the gray chalcedony in there. Ooh. Little flecks of white. You see that in there? It's in pretty good shape too. There are some fine fractures, but I don't think that would stop me from cutting a cab out of this. Just look at the transition of color from you got your darker reds and whites, and then sort of that golden orangish color to a green color to darker greens and some reds in there, and down here the more reds. What a beauty. I love that little fade right there. 1, 2, 3, those colors. So I'm picturing a cabochon incorporating those three right there. Although, again, we have to worry about those fractures. That actually looks pretty bad right there. Yeah. Unfortunately, that would be a problem. I'd have to take a section that's fracture-free. Certainly not impossible, though. Just take some careful planning, which, for a slab like this, is well worth it. Look at this little middle section right here. That's different. And those greens, again, the greens are amazing. You see that? Now these fractures, though. This side looks pretty solid over here. Let's see this side. Yeah, so this side over here looks like we could easily cab this without fear of it breaking apart on us. I do like that middle section as well, yeah. Last slab, what do we got? Oh, look, we have a double now. That's interesting. What's the condition? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Ooh, wow. Look at that down there. That reminds me of a painting right there. Those colors. Yeah, still have to worry about those fractures though. So this is what we have left. Amazing colors. These fractures are a bummer though. You see them here. But there is still some solid material for us to work with should we choose to do so. This is what we saw on the outside. Couldn't tell much there. That's just a crusty part there. But then you can see clearly that it was going to have mossiness and color. I never did get into that section there. That's interesting. Almost tempted to get this back on the saw and cut right through that to see what that is. It's pretty. Looks like a jasper. All right, let's grade this one. What do we think about this agate? It's most interesting, I would say. The fine details are amazing. The colors are incredible. Unfortunately, we have to deal with some fractures, let's be honest. But even with those fractures, there's still plenty of good real estate for us to turn into cabs. So for a grade, I'm going to give this agate a B+. I sure appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I sure enjoyed cutting this rock for you, and I plan on doing lots more, so be sure and check back often. Once again, thanks for watching.